Hey, hi, Glenn here at the Gardens of Castle Rock. Thanks for joining me on another video. Yeah, you noticed. I got a haircut from the last one. A little bit better. That's what happens when you hang out on the Hugelkultur that much. Anyways, we're here talking about the Garden Suite again, the building, the series that we've been working on. This video, hopefully you caught the last one, we talked about putting on the stone porch, and what was cool about the stone porch video was we showed you the whole excavation all the way down and building up to it and everything. This video, we're going to talk about the limestone that's at the base on the outside. We wanted to make it look like it had a limestone foundation. If you remember back to the video on the putting the stone porch on, we did put a 4-inch CMU on the outside, and that was going to be to carry the load of the stone and the brick coming down. All right, let's watch this video. We're going to just talk about how we did some of the limestone and just put that on, and let's get to it. All right, as we jump into it, there is a lot to see right away. First of all, you can see that 4-inch CMU ledge where the level was sitting on. You can kind of also see how the stone porch floor, the 2x6, excuse me, green treated we put on for the perch for the timbers up above are right there. And all of the wood we have covered, wood being the sheeting on the side with, I think we went 30 pound. You just need one layer of 30 pound or two 15 pound, which would get you 30 of the paper, the sheeting that's put on there. Yes, I know the brick ties are actually put on there in a pattern. We had a wedding before we could get the stone, and I just wanted them to look pretty. So they'll get moved around as we put them in. That's some of the functional things, some of the design that I put in here. Yes, we wanted it to have be a limestone footing, limestone looking footing, so all of the CMU that has the waterproofing, the soil is going to be brought up to that level. But I also wanted to, from a design standpoint, accent the windows a little bit more. So the stone that we used on the window, all of the stone, especially the pillars on the front and there, is all Fond du Lac Lannon, Fond du Lac limestone. So it's all going to be this kind of nice gray color. We're using a just straight up mortar right now, which is going to be darker, which will come into play in the next video, so you want to subscribe. Danny's starting to rake out some of the joints with his fingers. Yes, we wanted them to be rough. So you saw 2 of the window treatments going in, and now we're going to put the front 2 window treatments going in. I'm trying not to give away all the secret, but you probably figured that out because you've seen enough of the videos. We put a couple faux windows in. I wanted this building to look like it had been here for a while and maybe a window got filled in. So there's the secret. But we're still going to put in a windowsill. We're going to put that in. Great little look here. I'm kind of taking remnant stone pieces from a stone yard and making the windowsills stone pieces and giving it a look as if it were a full masonry building, kind of tucking it on there. Also, the window treatment that we did, we made it look like they were retrofit windows. So when we put the brick in, we put all that around there. We actually then used, so it would look like the cedar, that banding of that wraps the windows, looks like it, what we did to as if we were replacing the windows there. 2 window treatments there. Hey, flying along in this video. All right, here I am. I'm actually gonna make a couple of the windowsills for you. First thing I'm gonna do is take the piece of stone and get it to length, and then I'm just gonna use a chisel and get a little bit of a rock face. Sometimes it comes off nice and clean, sometimes it doesn't, so you need to finish that up a little bit. Just looking for an old rock face. I also want the top of the windowsill to have a little bit of a slope out so the moisture can go out. So that's what you saw me cut a little bit off the back to get that angle. All right, let's watch it one more time. So first thing, kind of just get the ends rock face, get it to length, and then we'll score a line just where we're going to come down with our chisel and strike it a little bit and get that, flip it and get the other side, and the pieces just fall off. Bedford limestone, Indiana limestone, all kinds of different names, but a nice easy limestone to shape. Hey, go get the skid loader and a pallet and get these over to the job site. There we go. Kind of fun working right on your site and just making stuff and putting it in place. It's a fun way to build. All right, windowsills for the front of the building. That stone on the porch looks so good. First, we're going to do a dry fit. You know, one fits better than the other, and the other side, why that is, I can't tell you, but you just do that. So we got them lined up. We're going to put a little bit of mortar in there. We move the brick ties around so it's all good to go there. And we'll put a couple of these windowsills in, and they look really nice. I like that. Now to the other side. There's all kinds of videos. I think we're up to 18 videos on this series about building the garden suite. So I know I'm going to say it at the end. We'll put a card in somewhere, and we'll just put a link down at the bottom or in the description to find some of the other videos about what we're doing. All right, so now we're going to probably switch over to the side. Now the space in between the windows, also using the same Fond du Lac limestone, but we're going to use, instead of that 4 to 5 inch, 6 inch depth, we're going to use 3 to 3.5 inch depth. So it's just going to have a little bit different texture, a little bit smaller. Danny's going to start filling in on that there. And you just saw we put some cording in, so that's going to be our weep holes. So any condensation or the moisture playing behind the brick will work its way out through the weep holes. And Eric will start in on the front. And now the front's going to take, the front corner I should say, is going to take just a little bit longer. The detail that I wanted to look like it was a column holding up the pillar. So those 2x8 treated boards that we put on, they're just going to act as a whole, just kind of a relief. They're actually engineered in there to hold up the pillar, but it means we have 6 corners, 4 outside corners and 2 inside corners to do on the building. But the detail looks so super cool when it's finished. But when you have that many corners and you're making the stone, you know, shaping the stone as you go, it takes a little bit longer to get that all placed in. But that's the nice thing. It gives it that look. So he's starting in on the front there. And then we're going to be picking up brick from this point in here. So we're getting to a same level. A lot of using the level and figuring out exactly where the brick lines are going to be. So because we want them to match up on each side of the windows, so it looks like they have been there for a while. Mentioned it a little bit earlier, kind of how they're scraping the grout. So it's not a smooth troweled finish by any mean. I wanted it to have that feel. The whole building has kind of, I don't have an exact date, but I'm just saying turn of the century, turn of the last century. So 1900, give or take a couple years. There's a few details that will make it look like that's what it is. So laying out the brick courses right here. That's what Danny just got done, and he'll start in on doing some of the brick. We'll cover the brick in the next video on building the garden suite, something that you'll want to check out because there's a lot of cool information in that one when we get going there. Sometimes it's just fun to watch him do a little bit of work here. And there I pop in every now and then. I got my bright yellow shirt on. I'm usually in the background on a lot of this stuff where I'm the one who is, as you saw, you know, cutting the brick in back, rock facing the stone, and just doing the supply, mixing the mortar. That's me. I do a lot of the little stuff, but I help out and actually lay some of it. All right, brick course is going. Looks very, very nice. And then you can see we did put just a screw to 2x4, and that's where one of those false windows will be. And that one's kind of fun because it's only a half a window, so it looks like we added onto the building to make it there. Anyways, this has been a fun little video showing you how we got going on the limestone, on the siding, into the brick, how we made some of the windowsills, and put it all together, and a little bit of information on just the overall design and a little bit of the engineering. Thank you so much for watching. I know I'm going to do a little wrap up here shortly, but do appreciate you taking the time. Leave us a comment. We'd love to hear project that you've done, and maybe even just send us a link to it. It's always fun to see other neat projects on how they go together. All right, up and away. We're just gonna let this play out a little bit, enjoy a little music, and look forward to seeing you next time. Well, all right, that was pretty cool how all that stone went on there, and just how we made the sill pieces. Anyways, very cool. We're gonna wrap this one up. Next video you're gonna wanna watch, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that bell for the notification. Yes, you probably noticed in some of the pictures that the windows, they're not all windows. We did some faux windows. We're going to talk about that in the next video, because next video is going to be about brick. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, follow along. I'm also going to put a card or a link somewhere to the playlist, because I think we're at about 18 or 19 videos on building the garden suite here. So there's a ton of great information that you can use for your project, or just talk with your architect or your engineer or someone when you decide to do kind of a cool little fun build like this. Hey, I've been Glenn with the Gardens of Castle Rock. Again, appreciate you taking the time to watch the videos. That's it. Take care. Enjoy. Bye-bye.